This is the history of the Tottenham. This is the history of the Tottenham. You bunch of bottlers. Don't want to stop the bottling. Don't want to stop the bottling. Everything you touch, you destroy. Everything you touch, you wreck. Even when things look good, you always have to wait until the last moment to throw it in the bin. Yeah? Bin settings. This is Tottenham. In the bin. Get in the bin. You'd think after all these years you would have learned by now how to not get hijacked. But no, you leave yourself exposed to your biggest rival known to man, Arsenal, on your doorstep. And they come in and go, Palace, yeah, it's us again. We've not spoken since June. Yeah, you know what? We want Eze. Can you just get this done? 5 minutes, please. Yeah, how much did Tottenham? How much did you accept for Tottenham? 66. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just done. We'll pay that. We'll pay that. How much is Eze getting? Yeah, get him on the phone with us. No worries. We'll get that done. Eze, mate, what are you getting from Tottenham? What are they gonna offer you? Yeah, look, we'll offer you the same. Do you want to come to us instead? Yeah, done. All right, sweet, nice one. Bye. You lot have been played. You lot do not have the pool. At the end, okay, look, you know what? We were talking about, oh, look, Arsenal don't have a European trophy and all of this, and Tottenham do now, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm sorry, like, you can't match Arsenal in this world. You just can't. Arsenal run North London, let's just be honest. They do. It was never Tottenham. It was never Tottenham. But what I will say, Arsenal, don't think you lot are getting off lightly. Don't think you lot are getting off lightly here. You're getting Eze. Now, why I'm concerned... is because let's be real. Let's be real. Arsenal have been somewhat close to winning the title. They just couldn't get over the line. That's the problem with Arsenal. Yeah, it's just not being able to get over the line. But they put themselves in good positions and then they fumble at the very, very end, right? You could say it's pretty Spursy, but it's not quite Spurs because Spurs do it in a funny way. Arsenal do it in a way that they actually make you believe, oh my God, they're going to do it. And then, no, not this time. Maybe next season. You know, that's Arsenal. With Arsenal, though, there's always been a debate as what do they need in order to get over the line? They got Gyökeres in. Their defense is looking solid. Now they have Eze in. I'm sorry, but we have to acknowledge this. Eze, Gyökeres, Saka. And for some people that are going to be in the comments, oh, Eze's not a winger, though. Like, relax. Relax. When he's playing for Crystal Palace, tell me, in the lineup, who's on the left? It's Eze. Okay, I rest my case.
Eze to Arsenal for 60 million British pounds. I was in B&Q when this broke. Shopping for wooden panels. I wasn't expecting Arsenal to drop some wood of their own on tonight's table. Slap it straight on Tottenham's head top and walk away. Honest to God, honestly, I had a video in the drafts. Eze to Tottenham. I don't know who won, but I know who lost. In that video, I categorically, fundamentally, made it very emphatically clear that I felt like Arsenal could no longer win the title after letting Eze go to Tottenham. Letting a player that you desperately need systematically, tactically to go to Tottenham with no response, no bid. I was astounded. I was thinking when the Havertz injury came up today, maybe Nicholas Jackson will go to Arsenal for 60 million plus, because why not? They love buying from us. They love filling out paperwork for us. So let's get chatting. Let's get negotiating. Yeah, I'm picking Arsenal to win this weekend. Final one standing, big up. Because they're going to beat them, I think. And now with Eze potentially in the mix, who's fully fit because he just played at Stamford Bridge, whacked in a free kick that didn't count, I think they'll be just fine. I think they'll be just fine. Keep it simple. This signing improves Arsenal. This signing puts them closer to the top. I don't think it puts them at the top, but it puts them closer. And it puts them in a precarious position with my club. Hence why I'm so annoyed.
Well, this is Orcs. This is Orcs. First and foremost, guys, I'm just the media. I'm just here to report. I'm just here to do my job. So if you watched my previous video, still like and still comment and still show support. Because it looked like Spurs were getting a new star. But Big Bro is back. Big Bro came back. Spurs moved into the bigger room. Big Bro went to uni. Spurs moved in. Mum said, hey, son, you can have the second largest room in the house now. And just as you're about to get comfortable, Big Bro knocks on the door. I'm back. I'm a commute. I don't want to stay on campus. I'm a commute. Kick the little brother back to his small box room. That is what Spurs have just done. I mean, Arsenal have just done. Arsenal are back. Back from the army. Back from the military. Yo, who's been up in here? Why does my room look like this? What's going on? Why has the sheets changed? Can we get back to normality? Can we restore order? Spurs have been hijacked by their North London rivals, and this is an incredible turn of events because it feels like it was like a domino effect. It doesn't feel real how this has happened.
How have Spurs managed to mess this up, honestly? I've spent the last 4 or 5 days talking to Spurs content creators, putting Eze in a Spurs shirt on thumbnails and all that, and at the end of the day, he just ends up going to Arsenal. Honestly, you actually cannot write this. It's just hilarious, to be honest with you. It's just hilarious. And it's the fact that at the start of the summer, we spent the entirety of the summer talking about Eze to Arsenal, Eze to Arsenal, Eze to Arsenal. It's good for him because he can play left wing. He could be backup for Odegaard, blah, blah, blah. We spent the whole time talking about Eze. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like Arsenal don't want Eze anymore. And then it was Eze's headed to Spurs and Fabrizio was reporting it and all that type of stuff. And today we get the here we go. Eze is headed to Arsenal. And listen, to be honest with you, respect to Arsenal. Chapeau. Finally, you actually did something useful in this transfer window. I've been saying for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 days, for the weeks, for the months, Arsenal should sign Eze. Arsenal should sign Eze. Arsenal should sign Eze. And guess what? You've signed Eze. Eze is an unbelievable player. And I won't change my energy. I'm the type of person that's fair and objective and honest. Of course, we can all be shameless here and now, but I'm here to be honest as well. And Eze signing for Arsenal, I think, is an absolutely fantastic signing. I think the guy is a difference maker for them. And listen, a lot's been made about this whole, he's a left 10, but he's not a left winger and all this extra BS. Listen, put the fries in the bag. The only reason why he's left 10 at Crystal Palace is because that's the style that they play. Left 10 essentially is exactly what a left winger is. You get me? It's the same thing almost. It's just different styles, different systems.
That Arsenal Football Club have hijacked the Eze proposed transfer to those Cowboys at Tottenham Hotspurs. What have you done? What have you done, Tottenham Hotspurs? You had the chance in many a season to make this a monumental couple of months for us. After winning the Europa League, you then went and bought Mohamed Kudus. You secured the signing or the extension of Cuti Romero. Now this was your chance. Okay, the Morgan Gibbs-White transfer didn't come through, but it seemed for all the world that you had pretty much everything agreed with Eze. Player agreement, club agreement. Why didn't you close this transfer? You absolute cowboys. There's nothing else to say. This is why I'm donning the hat today, the cowboy hat today. Because you, Tottenham Hotspurs, are absolute cowboys tonight. You look like cowboys tonight. And what you've done, you have not only deprived yourselves of an absolute marvelous quality player, but now you've gone and enhanced and strengthened your noisy neighbours and potentially made them favourites for the Premier League title.
Arsenal hijacked Spurs. Let's just say it how it is. Arsenal hijacked Spurs, and they reminded them, you're little bro. You are little bro to me. Don't talk to me. I am little bro. I'm little bro. I'm big bro, and you're little bro. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're finished. Guys, the way Tottenham just got, I feel bad for Tottenham because after the Europa League hype and all that stuff, you would think, you know what, they're going for kudos to try to get Morgan Gibbs' way. Obviously, we know what happened with that, with that whole situation with the ownership of Forest. But then just when it looked like things were smiling for them again, and they're going to have Eze in the middle, and they have Kudus on the right, and they have, I don't know, Brennan Johnson on the left, or who they're going to play on the left, and up front they have Richarlison and Solanke. It looks they're about to click, and everything was looking fine. Savinho's linked. Arsenal just come out of nowhere with a bomba. Absolute bomba out of nowhere. And I'm not going to lie, this is huge. I listen, jokes aside and all that, obviously we had our fun with Igal and all that stuff that we just talked about. But let's keep it real. On football, in terms, this is a magnificent signing for Arsenal. I've been someone who's been deemed an Arsenal hater all summer. But one thing I've been consistent on is that they needed someone like an Eze. They needed a creator. They needed someone who's a little bit more of an X factor down that right, to create that balance up front. Someone to help out Odegaard, to help out Saka. Someone that every time you talk, we just watched that United game. Every time they attacked, the attack wasn't fluid. They had nothing going down the left-hand side. Martinelli just, I'm sorry, it's 2025. It's time to go. You need to be moved on. You just got Gyökeres. Go get him a creator. Go get him someone who's going to link him up, someone who's going to create the chances for him, someone who's going to slip him the ball when he makes these runs. You don't want to waste Gyökeres trying to drop deep, picking up the ball himself and doing all that. He's no target man. Just treat him for where he is and put creators around him. And Arsenal actually did that. For £60 million to get Eze, not only did you weaken one of the Premier League teams, and not only did you avoid him going to your rival in Spurs, you added him to yourself. And now I look at this depth and I'm like, you know what, man? I wasn't putting Arsenal in this title race. I thought that team was like, you know what? They reached their peak. Yes, they added Gyökeres. I didn't think it was enough. They didn't add the right pieces, but this is the correct piece. And you can only wonder what would have happened if Havertz didn't get injured.
Clubs haven't done this summer. What has worried me and what hasn't? Arsenal signing Eze is a concern because he's a really good player that has the magic to change games. Never thought Liverpool would be in from in this window, but Arsenal have made their move there, and it is a signing that I think we need to react to. Now look, we need to do our own business for our own reasons, but again, let's just look at the sheer maths of this. We've lost Diogo for a tragic incident. We've lost Ben Doak, we've lost Diaz, and we've lost Darwin. So that's 4 out, and we've brought 1 in, if we're being realistic, Ekitike. We've upgraded Rio and Gamoa to the first team, and there's talk that Chiesa is going to get more minutes, but ultimately Chiesa is not match fit yet, and it's going to take months for that to come back into his legs. So we've left ourselves intentionally short in attack.